Moving on to this next story. Supermodel Gisele Bundchen is getting some backlash for the way she says she coped with her anxiety. During her rise to the top during the early 2000s, she wanted to please everyone around her, and in doing so, she developed panic attacks. And she credits her discipline in helping them go away. She says that's the problem with today's society. People want instant gratification. I could have taken a pill, but I decided no, I'm going to wake up every morning and I'm going to meditate and do breath work. It took months. Everything starts with discipline.
Sam,
I don't even know where to begin on this one.
I know you feel, I know, go ahead.
I don't even know where to begin on this one because listen, I know that okay, I have suffered from generalized anxiety disorder, been diagnosed with it, as well as depression. Definitely have had panic attacks. And yes, breath work, meditation has worked for me, but it wasn't my end all be all. I did have to get on medication. So when I hear someone so flippantly say, you gotta have discipline, it makes me think, well, I did have discipline. I did try. And I think, so I also think that her explanation, in my opinion, reeks of privilege because she also goes on to say that she has a great diet and you have to have a good plant-based diet, she says. She says, you have to stretch, you have to meditate, you have to do breath work. Well, a lot of people out there, especially if you're a parent of multiples working multiple jobs, which a lot of people do in this gig economy, you don't have enough time to put makeup on your face. You don't have enough time to cook a plant-based diet. Of course, that would be the best thing because self-care is the best way to be a parent. They always say, what, put your oxygen mask on first before you put your kids on? So we all get that analogy, but it's not realistic. So I would have liked to see a little bit more nuance with her explanation than just acting like, oh, this is what you got to do.
See, it's interesting because I totally understand, and I knew that that was going to be like how you saw it. I see it that way as well, but I also see what I think she was trying to say, and I wonder if just because of like culturally, if she's just like, this is what it is, because a lot of people are like that. You're not as nuanced about saying it, like this is what it is. For me, I understand what she's saying because when I was suffering from depression, I thought that maybe I did need medication, but the issue for me was why I'm not a great candidate is I'm a steps person because all of my anxiety comes from a lack of control. So if I feel like something is coming in and fixing it, then I don't get that step as to how I became better. So if I feel that way again, I don't know how to backtrack and redo it all over again. So I do have to get up earlier. I do have to do the breathing exercises. I meditate. I have to go to certain places to work out in the morning in order for my brain to be clear. I went to my therapist before I came here this morning. These are steps that I know that if I get to that place again, I can redo those steps. So I think that it's two different schools of thought, but I do agree that yeah, it does come off harsh.
Yeah, because it does work for some people. Some people can just have positive psychology. Really, I know people that have manage their anxiety disorders with what Jeff does in the morning, by listening to podcasts, by being positive, by constantly thinking affirmations. There's other people that might have to go talk to a therapist weekly, if not bi-weekly. So I just want to point out that it's not a pill or breathing. It's not a one-size-fits-all prescription, and we need to be aware of that because what works for me may not work for you.
And quickly, I just want to kind of reiterate what Erica said. When I was in California and I was broke and nothing was going my way and I had bad relationships, I could go on forever. You know what I mean? I got a panic attack. I didn't know what it was, you know? And it so happened that I had a men's health, and I was getting men's health at the time, and it said, nothing's going to happen to you. It was about panic attacks.
Really?
And that's when I first learned about it. And I know, and I went, you know, the internet was just coming out. I know it sounds like forever ago. And I was on the internet, and I studied books, and it was because of people saying, you don't need a pill, you don't need this, something's going on, you're working out too excessively, you're partying too excessively. It was exactly me, what I was doing at that time, and by saying you do not need a pill is what kept me from not taking a pill. Right. You need to take these steps in your life to change what you're doing to not feel this way anymore. So in a way, I do applaud her for saying that, saying you don't need to go to a pill right away, because in this culture we have now, a pill is what I want. A pill is the answer. And I applaud her for trying to find the mental way out.
I just wish she understood that it is more, it's just not that simple for some people.
Exactly.
Because diet
Totally,
too,
totally.
if you eat crap, you're going to feel like crap. So I
Absolutely.
get everything she's saying, but any doctor will tell you that you got to look at the individual to decide what that individual's action, their plan of action is going to be. And I think that that's more important to note.